Oh, what's up, millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with a movie review. Now, the movie we're going to be talking about today is Slumberland. Now, before we get started, spoiler alert for anyone who's not seen the movie yet. I don't want to spoil it for you. Now, let's get into it. So, Slumberland is a movie about a girl named Nemo who is basically loses her father, and she goes into the dream world to find these pearls that will basically bring her father back in the dream world. And she's accompanied by a character named Flip, who is played by Jason Momoa. Now, if you don't know who Jason Momoa is, he's basically he's starring in the, I believe, Furious 5 movie. Fast and Furious, not Furious 5, it's Fast and Furious. Yeah, Fast and Furious movie, the newest one. And he also played in Aquaman. Now, I'm gonna tell you some of the good things that I thought about the movie, and then some of the things I was like, I didn't know about. So, first thing is the movie is essentially about, it's Slumberland, so it's about dreams. And I was like, honestly, that's a really cool concept because dreams are cool. And, well, dreams are random, but they're sometimes cool because, sometimes you have dreams where you think you have like $100, or there's dreams where it's basically horror or embarrassing dreams. And for me, like dreams that I've had dreams that basically have me in like this environment that's like this huge place that I've never been to. And it's like I end up forgetting like where it is, or it's like someplace I've been to. So it's really cool to have a movie that's based off of dreams. And basically now getting into the part is the things that I'm getting to that is kind of like I didn't know about is honestly when I saw this movie on the trailer, I thought there was going to be a movie about, oh, she lost her father, so she's going to go and basically save her father, bring her father back by diving into the dream world. And it is that, but instead it's more of her father died actually. And what she's doing is she's basically wishing on a pearl to get a remnant of him or memory of him in her dreams. And basically that made this movie into a kind of grief movie. And I was like, oh, okay then. Cause, we get a few minutes in the movie and oh, it's super nice, her and her father, and then, the storm happens and basically bam, her father dies and her uncle's basically taking care of her. And one thing that I noticed about the movie that I was like, I didn't know about it is it's basically it shows how she was kind of grieving almost. Is because she wanted to spend her time in the Slumberland as much as possible because she wanted to find that pearl so she could experience time with her father while she was sleeping. And there was a warning also that kind of said, oh, Flip, who was played by Jason Momoa, he was like, if you stay in your dream too long, you'll forget who you are. For example, Flip kind of forgot who he was in the awakened world. And it was like, I kind of noticed that she was experiencing kind of symptoms, and I'm not a doctor or anything, but I was like, basically of where she kind of distanced herself away from everyone she knew. So her uncle was trying to basically, he didn't know how to take care of children. He was like, he basically just lived a normal life. And I'm not going to get into why that is, but he lived a normal life. He was a doorknob salesman. And he tried to kind of connect with her, kind of like her father did. And she was basically, just like, nope, I'm not having it. And she just wanted to get in the dream world, basically. Example, she also had like this one kid who was like trying to be a friend to her, but she was just kind of distancing herself away. And another thing that I also noticed was how the dreams, like, since this is a movie about dreams, I felt like there weren't a lot of dreams in there. Because I was like, they only went through 4 dreams, basically. The first one it was basically like a cathedral party room, or a room with like the one person who's dreaming, and then everybody else was made up of, I believe it was butterflies, basically. The singers, the dancers, the band was even made of butterflies. And then the next dream after that, because in the movie they said that all dreams are apparently connected. There's like a back door that you can take. Basically, kind of, the next dream was it's set in this glass city world, and there's this kid's driving this big, huge dump truck, which is weird, first of all. A dump truck. But then it's like, okay, he's driving a dump truck in this glass city. I mean, that's a weird dream. And then the other one is basically a guy in a mirror who is just kind of, setting himself up or getting himself ready for Lord knows what. And then the last one is basically a guy riding a goose, a gigantic monster goose. And it's just like, okay, that's really cool, and that's a weird thing. But I'm like, I wish they had more types of dreams in there. And like I said, I didn't feel like it was much of a consequence of you staying. I thought she was going to be like, she'd see how Flip was, and she was like, oh man, I really don't want to stay in the dream world as much. Now, of course, in the movie, she ended up, staying with her uncle, and it kind of, expressed how, if you're in grief, don't kind of distance yourself away from it, because it's more poison for you. And I'm not preaching anything. Everybody deals with grief. I mean, I have been dealing with grief, of course, because my father passed. But I'm just saying, based on what I know, it's like you don't want to distance yourself away from people. The people around you love you and they want to care for you, and it's like you don't want to distance. So I was like, they kind of showed that in the movie, which I thought was good. So if you haven't seen this movie, check it out. And if you have, tell me how you felt about this movie. And remember, y'all, like the video, share it with your fam, and if you're subscribed, click that bell icon to be notified for more videos. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Oh, and also, I have to say, Jason Momoa he played Flip right. It was a really good role that he played. And I'll see y'all later, millionaires. Bye, y'all. Have a blessed day, y'all. See y'all later.